I get dough. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. But I wouldn't trade a thing for what I have. I go hard, do what I need to make it last. They say the good die young, I hope I'm back. Cheers to my past.
All right, good morning, people. Once again, on the move, starting with the drive-in video, listening to a little bit of the Sin Bin podcast. They're talking about Bruce Cassidy, the newest coach of the Vegas Golden Knights. A lot of people have been asking about my opinion on that. Mostly indifferent. Don't have a strong opinion either way. I mean, seems like a coach that fits the mold because he's not. Players won't like him. And that's kind of what Kelly McCrimmon, the kind of vibe that he wants, is he wants just it to be like, I don't know if he wants it, but he just brings out like arrogant assholes. I don't know about Bruce Cassidy and whether he is that. Seems to have done a good job in different places that he's been, but he certainly, you know, from what I've read and can tell, he goes aligned with the arrogant asshole front office mentality that they've built, right? We're like the assholes. We're the evil empire. Okay, Bruce, you can do that. Come on, join us. All right. So here we are at the light. Got the GG hat. We're going with Luca Brasi shirt today. Can't see, it just says Godfather on the front, but on the back it says Luca Brasi, sleeps with the fishes, Luca Brasi Fish Market, all kinds of fun stuff. All right, so what are we doing today, guys? What are we doing today? Well, last night, as you saw, was the I don't know if you want, it was the only 2 hours, or the only period in the entire 2 weeks where I just sort of wasn't playing well, and that's okay. Now that I've woken up fresh, got some sleep, I can look past, I can look at that and say, listen, I'm human, I'm going to have emotions eventually, at some points are going to take over, and mixed thoughts of like, do I want to be here, or do I want to sleep in so I can play the single draw, all these kind of things. That's what happened last night. But again, a new day, fresh start, and now that we're here, we're sitting with 23,000, which is not a lot. We start with 35 as a starting stack, but it still gives you a chance. I think we have like 15 bigs depending on the game type, because the blind structure in the big bet mix changes depending on the game type. So the blinds that you'd see for 5-card draw and reduce to 7 single draw would be different than you'd see in No Limit or Pot Limit Omaha or Big O. So they all change, but around 15 bigs ish we got enough. Listen, we won the first pot. We play for it all. We can be in business. We certainly have a chance, and we're gonna, now that we're up and fresh and ready, we're gonna play it hard, play it like grind mode. What else we got going on, man? I don't know. I had to pick up. I don't know if Apollo's got something going on, but boy did he wreck the house this morning. Little poop blots everywhere, little diarrhea, poor little guy. Anyway, they're getting baths today. So hopefully they can clean up all the rest of that shit. Why do I talk to you about dog shit? Because this is when you know I got nothing else to say today, right? I'm just like, let's play poker and talk about dog shit. All right, off we go. Really tough table here, and I got all the chips to take care of them. Look over there. Look at that guy over there. Big bet.
I'm also vlogging, but I'm calling my editor.
Big bet mix savant.
We will be starting on level 11.
So busy, this guy. Why are you so busy?
The button will be in seat 1. We will be starting on no limit.
All right,
deuce to 7.
we're starting no limit deuce.
Button in seat 1.
Button seat 1. That's all right.
Take it. Refer to structure sheet.
All right, so we started with single draw, and I watched, and we played around the Pot Limit Omaha 8 or better. I watched some more, learning a lot from that guy. He's playing fantastic. He described a hand he just had, and he says, I had some middle, not neither, either or type hand.
But I was thinking about it.
He was thinking about it. Okay, so now we're in the big blind. This is the last hand of PLO 8. What's the next game for funsies? Then we're going to 5-card draw high. Whee! Right? Yeah. Put your seatbelts on. Looks like we got 5-card draw. This gentleman opened. This is what we got here, and so this is what we do with it. We put it in the middle. We put in 13-2. Then we take a look-see. We already know what we got, but we'll show you all at home.
All in 13,200.
There we are. He's calling. Okay. How many would you like, sir?
Just one.
Just one? That's problematic for me. Guess I need to help. Hold on. I'm gonna keep, oh, no, hold on. Gonna keep these two. And then we throw these three. All right, turn them up. What do you got? King's up. Okay, so I need to help. All right, squeeze time. This will be fun. 5-card draw squeeze. You fill up? No. All right, so we need to make 2 pairs somehow or trips. Okay, first sweat we have, that's a pretty live card, a 7, right? We didn't see any 7s, any at 9 and 8. Okay, so we need now another 3 across or nothing across. 3 across, heart. Ooh, 50-50 because he has the 8 of hearts. There's 1. Now we need to see nothing over there. There we go, baby. Hello. Ace is up.
Ace is up.
Double up.
Oh.
Fun. Did you get the sweat part there, Ryan?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Huh?
I've been extra camera view.
Right? Because you know why this card was like 50-50? Because he had the 8 of hearts? Yeah.
A little bit.
Not really.
My
I'll teach you
mental
one day.
bandwidth, they were trying to explain to me the other day while I'm learning
Squeezing-
games. I'm gonna not learn this now.
Squeezing is mental masturbation, but it's a whole lot of fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little bit of a problem here. This is PLO, okay? See the board there? Okay, this man opened, I called, and then I bet the flop, and he decided to pot it. And we don't have enough money really here to do anything but go all in. So we're gonna go all in. Good luck to you, sir. You have a straight? No? Don't have 3 queens, please. Okay. All right, I have 3 10s, so we need to hold. All right, we didn't hold. We did not hold. All right. GG me. Off to the next one. You have straight, I do not. Okay. See you, peeps. Enjoy it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we did our thing. We did our thing. We had a shot there. What did I have? Something like 30-something thousand. So if we double on that pot, we're in the game, 70. He had a really nice hand. What did he have? King, queen, jack. So he needed a 9, king, or an ace. Right? Yeah. A jack 2. Let me see. King, jack, king, 9. Yeah, jack 2. So he had a good amount of outs. Obviously, we needed the board to pair. It did not. And standard cooler PLO spot. Neither player did anything wrong. You're going to have that a lot. Had a pretty hand, and he had a pretty hand, and he won. That's okay. So, felt good about it. I mean, I didn't play many hands, as you saw, but got lucky with the aces, so that felt good, even though it was followed up by the unlucky. I'm curious exactly what the numbers were on that hand. I'm going to check it. I'm going to run it, because this is what I do when I play, Interesting spot like that. I want to know exactly, who's favored and by how much in that spot. I'm like 99.9% sure I was the favorite, but I don't know by how much. So I'm gonna run that one. I'm gonna hang out. What's up, Chris? Hang out in the room for a little bit. We got a couple hours before the 10K no limit deuce to 7 single draw event, which has 1 re-entry. And since we're here, feel good. We will show up on time for hand number 1, I believe. Try to build up a nice stack and move on. We've got some big ones coming, y'all. So almost like a blessing probably to, if we're not gonna, win this thing, have it. That's actually, we had a lot of blessings in that regard this year where, if we're not gonna win, we haven't wasted a lot of time with like day 3s and stuff. Only a couple. So, all right, relax time. This is what we do. All right, on the walk over, I ran the hand and I misread his hand. And Jack was no good for him. Jack was not good for him. So I was actually substantial favorite. I was, 67%. I was a 2-to-1 favorite there. I for some reason thought that he had a wrap and all he had was an open-ended straight draw because he had a queen in his hand. Yeah, so he just had ace, king, or 9 with the board not pairing. Okay, damn, that would have been nice, huh? We would be back in action, but now we're not. So now we hang. We chill in the room for a little bit. Look, we got banners up in here. We got all the things. All right, 10K, deuce to 7, single draw. Well, good morning, folks. All right, folks, here's the deal. Listen to your body. Your body says it wants nappy. You give body what it needs. A little coffee, a little nappy. We will enter the tournament right after they're on break, entering level 3 So we took the first 2 levels off. They only got like 8 or 9 people to start. And they're up to about 36 now. So it'll be a good turnout. It'll get about 100. But notice most people, maybe 10%, 15% of the field shows up on time. Like I said, I like to, and I always will, whenever I feel up for it. But generally speaking, after busting a tournament and having to get up early and then play the next one, much more important to have that reset so that I can, because if I went straight from that into that, the mind is in a blech place, right? Whereas if I nap, coffee, have some food, relax a little bit, and go in level 3, you're not missing much at all. This blinds are still incredibly small. The structures across the board, you start with like a lot of chips. So is there value in showing up on time? Yes, minimal, right? As compared to showing up by level 3, minimal. Is there value in an extra 2 hours of sleep? Absolutely. Does that supersede the potential value of the first 2 levels? By a mile. Not even close. Not even close. You're gonna have to trust me on that one. Okay, we're gonna do this. Level 3, 10K, deuce to 7, single draw with a rebuy. All right, this is gonna be our table right here. We got John, we got Chino sitting down, and we got, take a guess, I was just gonna do the hat, and you would have never guessed in a million years that it's this guy right here. Come in with the flash, as always.
5 and 8.
You got that from Bryn Kenny, I bet.
5.
Okay, we're leaving this table. Chino has the rest of my chips.
Do my best with them.
All right, go get them. So we busted full at first bullet, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Didn't take long. Didn't make. Yeah, doing the vlog right now. I'm going to tell you about the hands. We're just going to walk. Let's go to the steam room. All right, rebuy time coming up shortly. But steam room first. Okay, so we busted halfway through level 4, and oddly enough, I was dealt a Pat 9-6 and 2 Pat 8s. Got no action on those, but I'm still out. So let's talk about this first hand first. Okay, this was like the second hand I was dealt. The blinds are 300, 500 with an $800 ante. Under the gun raises to 2,000. I'm under the gun +1. I have deuce 4, 7, 8, 8. Call. Chino calls. John Monet calls from the small blind. The big blind, a player I don't know, but seems like he's not a pro, makes it 14,000. We're playing 60,000 to start the hand. First guy folds, so it's up to me, and it's 12,000 to win about 22. So I'm getting about 2 to 1, and it really feels like this guy's rough. Like, it's really hard for him to have something super strong here. Felt like he's doing this with like a jack or a 10 of some kind. So getting the price in position is valuable. The only concern is if under the gun opened and then 2 people called, you got to imagine there's like, 4, 8, like 9 to 10 cards that are out that, could be in your range that you need. Not all of them, of course, some of them. But I still think you have to call here for 12 more in position. And I hit a queen. And the guy had jack 10, 8, 7, 4. So all we needed to catch was a jack to win the pot. Then I made 1 hero call in a spot where I had a really good, hand in terms of like, I unblocked a lot of bluffs. A guy raised under the gun. I had deuce 4, 5, deuce 3, 5, 8, jack. So jack 8, but it's that's called a convertible. You can 3-bet that hand or you can flat. I elected to just flat with this one. I'm gonna bring it in a little closer here. I elected to flat under the gun +1, and he draws 1. So once he draws, now I stay pat with the jack, right? If he would pat, I would draw and draw to the 8. He draws 1, and now there's about 6. He actually 2x potted here, so that's very polarizing, right? He's either got like a strong, like a 7 or an 8, or maybe like a perfect 9. That's his value combos. Or it's a big paired bluff, right? So in this spot, people tend to just, their most likely bluffs are going to be like when they pair 7s or they pair 9s, possibly if they pair 10s, although 10s is a little less likely, but something in that neighborhood. And since I don't have any 7s or 9s, if you ever are going to call, that would be one to do it with. And he had the 7. The last hand against Chino, this one is just, is what it is. I open under the gun with deuce 3, 4, 7, 10. That's a very strong hand. Very strong hand. Chino raises to 10K. I go all in for about 30. He calls. Now the 10-7 is like too good. 10-7-4, it's a really good draw, but it's also very, very strong. You don't really want to break a 10-7 perfect, because he's going to have a lot worse hands than that, like worse 10s and draws. So if I, so he could have a convertible too. Like he could have some sort of jack even with like, a draw or something along those lines. So I pat my 10-7, he pats behind. I see the bad news. He was dealt a 9. So that's that. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break here, reset my focus. I'm very frustrated. Feels like I can't get nothing going in these tournaments right now. But we're not going to give up, but we definitely need to reset. So I'm going to take maybe the rest of the level off as well. 30 minutes left in level 4. We'll jump in again for level 5. And, hope bullet 2 goes a little bit better. Okay, so I've basically what I've been doing since the last, thing is thinking about the hand and realizing the more I think about it, just terrible. I played bad again. Damn it. Another big mistake there. Another big mistake. The call, both hands, really. Both hands. The call of the 2x pot. I should have just I don't know. Wasn't zoned in to realize the guy's probably way under bluffing there. So I can just throw it away. But then the Chino hand, this is the important one. It's such a mistake. Such a mistake because of the positions. If it's button against small blind or, button against big blinds, stuff like that, like 10-7-4 is just, you can't break it, right? But because of the positions, I raised under the gun, and Chino 3-bet me from under the gun +2. He's not dicking around, as they say. Because of the positions, and my range being so strong there, and him being able to 3-bet it, you know what the correct play would have been? The correct play would have been to call, not to go all in for the 20,000 more, and draw 1. Because he's just going to be so... If he has a 1-card draw, he's not going to be 3-betting me there much. Unless it's convertible, like I said. Like if he has a Jack 7 draw, Jack 8 draw, But he's just going to have a lot of just like a 9, And when I jam, he called pretty quickly. Just wasn't zoned in, just off. Last 2 hours of last tournament that night. It's always difficult for me to come back early, not get as much sleep as I want, and then jump into another. That's why I took as much time as I could, and I guess I just wasn't ready. Just wasn't ready to play well, because that's such a mistake. I'm supposed to just call. He pats, and we looked, of course, because people do that. It's fun. I would have caught a 6, so I would have made number 2. Put it in, doubled up. All right, well, I don't feel like my head's ready to play just yet. So, I'm going to give it another minute. All right, so I'm going to keep talking. I was going to jump in right now. I'm going to go in whatever, quite soon, I think. One of the things I wanted to share that I didn't before is the importance of self-awareness when you play poker. And you've played poker as long as I have. That's crucial. And some days, you just don't have it, and you know it. That's where I'm at right now. It's face facts, okay? Don't have it. A little bit of adversity. I lost the first pot I played. 14K out of my 60 with the deuce 4-7, 8-8 against the Jack 10. I missed that one. And that led to a shift in mental state, which it shouldn't. You know what I mean? When things are going well, you're running good. No big deal, right? When you've been, going bad and stuff like that, that hand happens, and you're like, you get that feeling of hopelessness. You feel like nothing you do is going to matter, blah, blah, blah. Then you start missing this. You have a wheel. I'll miss this. You're like, starts to get that yuck feeling, I guess I would describe it as, especially when you're a little bit tired, having played another event, try to come in, with a good mindset. So it's amazing how, had I won that first pot, it's possible that, I would have been okay. But when your brain is that fragile, when your mindset is that fragile, that's not a good thing, right? If one, little thing can go off. But that's going to happen when you've taken so many, you've dealt with a lot. Stress levels are high, pain tolerance low, right? Because we've been through so much of it. So self-reflection, being honest with yourself is incredibly important. So I'm aware right now that I'm not the best version of myself in terms of poker. Just what it is for today. Tired a little bit. And, beaten down to a certain degree. Will it stay like this? No. Will it probably stay like this for the rest of the day? Yeah. That's where I'm at. Let's again, I don't bullshit you guys. You know, that's why when I tell you, if I tell you I played really, really good, it's because it's true. If I'm telling you what I'm telling you now, it's because it's true. I don't sugarcoat anything, and I'm more self-aware. Nothing you can tell me is something that it's going to be new to me or more accurate than my view of myself and my own play. So yeah, didn't have to make that 12K call with the Jack 8. Could have just folded. And then the Deuce 3, 4, 7, 10. The correct play was open. Chino 3 bets. That's going to be a strong range based on position. Call, whatever, break the 10, see if I can make something better. And if I break the best hand, so be it. But instead, I put it all in. And then once you put it all in, you can't draw. That's stupid, right? If you're going to draw, he's never folding, so you might as well just call, right? So once I moved in, then I'm like, oh, fuck. I didn't think long and hard enough about it. My mind was too cluttered with a sense of blah. And also, there's a rebuy, right? So that entered the fray in terms of like, fuck it. I don't want to grind this 30K. And these are all subconscious thoughts. These are not thoughts I'm having in the moment, right? It's just, you realize later, you're like, yeah, this was me just saying, fuck it. I want to get out of here and start with a fresh stack. Yeah. So again, self-reflection, y'all. I hope this speaks to a lot of you who go through it. And for most of you, you know, if you are trying to do this professionally or take it seriously, when you feel like this, you should take a day off. You shouldn't be playing. Okay? I'm in a different state. It's not about the money for me. Even though I'm going to be at a D- when I walk in there right now, I'm still going to give it a shot and hope to run good and hope to run lucky, you know? But I don't have high expectations of me like playing great right now. Hopefully we wake up tomorrow fresh and ready, start of a new day. But right now, this is where my mindset's at, and I accept it. Okay, I'm at a fun table. I'm not sure how long we'll be at a fun table, but Ben brought out a bottle of wine. Let's see that wine over there. That wine was, I bet, over $100 for that wine. He has over, what do you have as your guess?
101.
101. We're doing the Price is Right thing.
I'm gonna guess $3,600.
$3,600.
Wow.
Okay, it's between 100 and 3,600. All right. As for us, we have less than half our stack, and I'll tell you what happened. Very, very first hand I came back. The number one, very first hand. I'm fucking begging Scott to move in on me. I have the 3, 5, 6, 8 draw. Open. He's in the big blind, Scott is. And I'm begging him to move in, and he does. He was cat with a 9 and we paired. So now he had going 30K, so now I have like 26K. Very first hand. That wine, I feel like we're going to do a drinking night sooner or later, but tonight's not the night. Yeah, we just realized he had a card skip. There's 2. All right, somebody else understands the importance of this shirt, and so do I, because it's a movement. And there's Eric Seidel wearing one. Birds are not real. They are not. I mean, they're just not real. It's just ridiculous. Like everyone thinks, oh, those things in the sky, yeah, they just happen to come around and just stay on a perch near your house like it's nothing. See what you're doing in your backyard. Government surveillance programs, you know all about it. See, he knows. That's a man who knows right there. Birds aren't real. 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 Alrighty, going on the last break of the night here. 46,000 from 60. You know, I lost half of it back. Got all the way back to 60,000, then lost a few pots here and there. But here's the deal. Because of where my mental state is at right now, no pressure whatsoever. No expectation, no pressure because, you know, the things I said earlier. But the truth is I'm actually starting to feel better and better as the night goes on. And, you know, again, sometimes there's a little bit of value in that, you know, in terms of pressure, not having any. So we're just going to play the last 2 hours and let the cards fall where they may. All right, here's what happened. My man, Scott Seaver, he raised in that position, right? So we're here in the small blind. We put what we had in. We just...
Can I see a reflection on the camera to see the cards?
This is our hand, and we're going to stick with these. Stick with these, and what's he going to do? He's going to take one.
We're going to come off.
Okay, what did you... Yeah, that was no good. 10, 7, 5. Good luck, my friend. 10's no good. We need to make a 9, or we double. Did he do
50-50.
it? 50-50. Here we go.
Deuce or 3 of hearts.
Okay. All right. Double. All right, people, guess what time it is? Dun dun dun. What's bothering you today, Alan?
What's bothering you today, Alan?
Some guy decided to defend 2-4 Jack as the bring-in. I raised in the number 1 position, stud 8. I have the picture on my Twitter. Anyway, it ends up on Fifth Street. I have Ace 5 7 8 8 against 2 4 5 Jack King, and I got scooped.
Okay, so all your stories are poker bad beats now. That's it.
Yes.
The rate. So then the structures are good. The rake is good. The food is good. Everything's good.
Yes. This guy, he wants to bet me. He's telling me how bad, wicked fast, all the limit structures are this year, right? And I say, all right, let's bet. He said, well, we never had 10 bets going into day 2. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you all night. You find me one limit structure anywhere in the country where they have more than 10 bets on day 2, and get back to me. And then I heard crickets from that.
So you drop the mic on them.
Yes.
Boom.
And I just busted the Millionaire Maker. I couldn't resist defending Queen Jack of Clubs in the small blind against the guy that has a mountain of chips. The flop comes Ace Queen Jack.
No, yeah. There you go. What are you gonna do? Such is life.
What do you think he has?
Queen 10.
King 10.
Oh well. On to the next one.
Yeah, tomorrow is the 10K stud 8, and you're in the last longer already.
Okay.
If you're not in the...
All right, Alan, you're making friends over there. See, this is what happens when you're a superstar. Look at this.
But she says we're burning money in these tournaments.
Who's this? Your new friend?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Tell them how we're
Are you Asian?
No, I'm his biggest fan.
Biggest fan. Okay, good. Asian though.
Tell them what you said, that these people are just burning money at this
Yeah,
game.
burning money.
Yes, they're not
Yeah,
burning
we got money to
but
burn.
they're really good
Yeah,
players.
they have money to burn.
No, they don't.
All right, peeps, I misspoke. This is the last break of the night. Got about 72,000, start with 60. I just played a hand, which tells me that I'm over that period because it was easily a hand that I could have just been all in with. And Zeno raised to 4,000 at 816. I was next up and I have deuce 3 4 4 7. Monster drawing hand. I call, folds around to Scott Seaver. Scott in the big blind makes it 22. And here's where I thought about doing some dirty and move in, right? I think if he's bluffing here, if he's weak, he's gonna be in a tough spot, and I have a great draw either way. But I chose to play my stack correctly and called. He stayed pat, I drew a king, and he had an 8-7. So if I would have hit, he would have 8-7-5. If I would have hit a 5, 6, or an 8, I was going all in. I was gonna get all that money. But at least I'm not broke, and we got a shot. All right, getting a little heater to end the night, but I'll be happy even with what I got, you know, 72K. All right, we just lost the bid. When there's 40 minutes left, I've got 42K right now. I had about 180K. It's five-handed, just playing five-handed. Scott raises the cutoff. I have deuce 4 5 7. I 3-bet it. He goes all in for 80 more. I put in 30. I call, I draw 1. He's got a 9-7-6, so if I hit a 9, I win. I squeeze because that's fun, and it's a 50-50 squeeze. It's either a deuce or a 3. If it's a 3, we've got 300-something thousand. It was a deuce, so back to square one. All right, so this has never happened to me in my life, especially the World Series of Poker, but third day in a row, we're making day 2. With less than starting stack. We have 51.5. It would have been a blissful night. I mean, it could have been these deuce. I mean, I don't know how many times I can have a wheel draw and just miss them. It's been so crazy. I haven't made a single wheel, as I said, all series. Deuce 4 5 7. I look, it's nothing across. All right, look in the corner. All right, it's 50-50. It's a deuce or a 3. Boom. I win that pot. I have 300K, and I'm dancing. So now I come back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We're playing in Bally's. So close. It's funny because I was like, whatever, no expectation. But then I got to 180. I'm like, let's go, baby. And the hand against Scott, when you're playing five-handed, you have to play more aggressive anyway, generally. And he's going to open wider. I'm going to be 3-betting wider. And up until that point, we played the whole day. He hasn't seen me 3-bet once without a pad hand. So if you're gonna 3-bet without a pat hand, the one you want to have is a wheel draw, and that's what I had. So once I make it 31, he goes 80. He makes it 80 more all in. So it's 80 to win, like 150. So I'm getting almost 2-to-1 in a spot where, you know, I rate to be about that or better potentially if he is drawing himself, or if he has a 10. If he has a 10, it's like 60-40, which is reasonable. Or a 9. Well, anyway, whatever. Back to it. That's it. Another day tomorrow. Another day too. Yeah. Another day with a shorter than starting stack. What the fuck, man? All right. Peace, y'all.